Hello, welcome back. This will be the final episode. So let's get it going. The crystalline path Graha has paved in it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on for our friends and all who await us in faith. Come on, let us seek the path past the beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. I think that every time one of your friends was sacrificed themselves, I think there was a new thing added to the music. I think. I do not know for certain. But as you could tell, that vocals were added. Let's get to going. Look, Edgar, a portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true, it must. But yeah, this one's going to be a long episode, so buckle up. I don't have the timer going. Well, here's where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way in one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far, their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Yes, now we must climb the icky path. The reason why I was confused about if it's a biologist or a geologist is because I grow crystals on my body, so I gotta ask. And I have since I was little. Thangrid can scout the road ahead. Yostrola and Oryanje could trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alize about the mission. Isinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while, you would come and go wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat, and so much quieter now. But the fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are, aren't they? Yeah, usually about my nose do they grow. Which is a bit of an irritant, especially when you have somebody like me who has a bit of a thing which wants to have smooth skin, but we all go as we go. The imp of light that shines in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built had gone to dust, the people lost to despair, of the stars floating in the sea of midnight, ours is a lonely apparition. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their end, with you and Alize beside me, there is nothing I fear, no ocean so vast I cannot cross. Those broken stars I see, shattered and ruptured, unraveled, I wonder if there are also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with sorrow I cannot describe, and a joy I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came, and whence we'll return. A wheel from which there is no escape. And my nose is still itchy. But yeah, also, other parts of my body has a habit of the crystallizing thing too. But I can never tell if those are zits or not at times. Because they form the same way. You get a Gary Jim. Will you carve me? The portal is barely visible from up here. Surely we've come far, much farther than would have been possible had we not kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we had known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from them. That Highland has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of the other life fades away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it. No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine, they are mine. I was going to say something, but I've already forgotten. Registered, I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of you yourself, though? We can't afford to be too leisurely. Neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now. We're best but just a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me. Don't you worry, but it's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for everyone. For us, for everyone, and while we're here, well, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. So I'm high rank, because you can't get a Gary plate, you can only get a Gary gem. I think plates are low rank, aren't they? Well, this is it, the path of the end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet, come what may, let us have no regrets. Not that we have pride in what we have achieved. And what we achieved, how it changed us for better, let's worth fighting for and dying for, as they did. There are some structures up ahead, still a way to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. So you forgive me if I wish for it all the same, and for you most of all. Not that you, of all people, need it. It's just after all the help you've given me, for once, I want to be the one to give you. Then again, I guess it should be all so strange with me. When I was in mid-high school, I had scales growing around my collarbone, so they eventually went away. On their own, I didn't do anything to them. Then again, I also had scales in my thumb, but that was because of an accident with the fish. This is almost... normal. It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. And there's broken things about. Yeah, the roofs. Looks like they've fallen through. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both accounts. There is simply no one here. There's a third energy we do not know of. Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None lived to speak for the dead. They are gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. got an email. An email that was sent to me 40 minutes ago. If there is no one here, then neither should there be emotions to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? Whatever Meteon may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. I can see people over there. Oh, we gotta go. 6 points. Okay, we see 4. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material, erected in a place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose. Perhaps regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the tale. Maybe they all turned to dust, and that's the reason why there's dust everywhere. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers lining the shelves, with a loose few sitting on the counter, vessels for beverages in all likelihood. The venue bustling with activity until it was not. For a second there, I thought that noise was me. Because I do have a habit of making noises like that when I... for some reason. It's just something I do with my mouth sometimes. Don't know how I do it. I just do it sometimes. In the distance, you glimpse Alize picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no sign of life. Train your eyes to catch something, anything, but here not so much as the chirping of an insect. It's probably me moving liquids or something in my mouth that causes the squeals or squeaks I do sometimes. Good thing I've never done it on recording, though. You can only imagine how annoying that would be if I constantly did that. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left would be letterboxes. Doors were shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through it in a long time. Then I guess a lot of people have made noises like that when they stretch, or at least make similar noises. Edgar, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? We found a tree made of stone. I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned. That little thing in the sky to our right, it reminds me of an attack for some reason.
Did you find anything?
Just a tree.
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air.
I like to think that they're there, we just can't perceive
I
them.
wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteor seen.
I mean, they do not exist if they're observed by another race. I wouldn't mind if that was the reason why nobody's here. Is that because Mitsuyon was there? They just...
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out.
That they just don't exist.
Despite how it appears,
Observed.
it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will. I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain.
Edgar still has a pack full of minions, mounts, and foos. He's gonna be good. He also has a void scent, and I don't know if I count for much.
You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even him. Why must he be the one? Why must he fight alone? More than a hero, he's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave him a new one. For instance, a path where he finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear? I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger.
We rise, fall, and rise again.
They unleash the twin energy upon her.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
It kind of looks like it's made out of the A or whatever they were called. Or is it just rainbow flame? Rainbow flame. Rainbow film, but rainbow flame. Oh, it's all crystally too. earlier in the home state.
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry, an associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
I mean, who else is there left? Gaius? I can't think of anybody else who would be jingling. I could go take a nap now. In this city devoid of life, he sensed the presence of another. The sorrow of thousand worlds weigh heavy, and yet you can walk on. The thing I was thinking of is, I don't know if
you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
I don't know if it's from something else. I think I've heard from something else about something
Do
that
not despair. You are not without allies.
that their defense mechanism was when they're in sight of another being. I mean, like another.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Another creature that's not of their own species, they go out of existence.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
And walk alone until journey's end, the burden of heavy.
While it
Wait.
is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Right now we're just playing Pac-Man.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
Instead of pellets, we're picking up memories.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
I don't remember if there would be more if you did
From tragedy and sacrifice,
on quests or
we
not.
rise to greet a new dawn.
A future shaped by the choices we made in ways we could never foresee.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I don't know why there's even steps things in it if it's a ramp.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Let's finish this.
I don't even know what that last one is. Is that our? Was that our bird?
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest.
Close enough. Edgar could teleport that distance.
I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris. Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Just chucks it at her. Yeah, that should be
is
enough.
magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the
You must triumph.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
I am ever grateful.
Came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years.
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you. I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Venar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Meteion, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
May you ever walk in the light.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
I don't think it should be that color.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost.
Question: how are you going to get back to Etheris through all this dynamis?
But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles. What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
Oh. Garbage. I don't know if I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this trial to a triumphant conclusion and bid the final curtain fall. Oh, get a present. Are you ready, Edgar? Then let us set forth for the reckoning. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolved beyond doubt. So I will say only this. Within the dead sun swirls the emotions that Meteion has hoarded, the emotions of immutable souls who strive for happiness but failed. As it was with the denizens of Ultima Thule that barred our way, it is not for us to rebuke or admonish. 'Twas not by passing judgment on the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates, while still refusing to share it in them ourselves, to hold fast to hope, not to ignore by choice. Should you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. I. Do you see that? It looks like something's on that rock over there. Or is that rock going into the liquid and it looks like there's something on it from my perspective? Yeah, for a second there, it looked like there was something on the rock over here.
I stand ever ready.
Well, it's loading. I'll check the recording to make sure it's going.
So you are finally here, in this place between death and rebirth, where life knows no dawn. Come then. Follow me down into the darkest depths of despair.
I guess those are the ones that had hope. Kind of reminds me of the 13th. At least with the orbs in the sky.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue star that fell to pestilence and rotted inside and out. The more its people clung to life, the more they
We're working on it.
Hold still.
until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
Allow me.
What's that noise?
Allow me. Hold still.
Just checking the recording because there was something that popped up. That I don't know if it popped up in the recording, but there was like a bit of a stuttering.
Those who lived and those who died.
We should only be getting accessories for these, if I remember correctly.
And the very last of them wish they had never been born at all.
Oh, that one turned blue. I mean purple. Went from blue to purple.
In a faraway place, a brilliant star eradicated disease. Before destroying the selfsame lives he saved. Its people sought ever greater freedoms no matter the cost.
God, it's been such a long time now since I've done this with AI. I'm still so used to doing this with other people. Maybe they'll make the second boss easier. Because I do remember dying to the second boss a lot because of other people.
They tried to buy peace with fire and steel.
Yeah, this one's the one that I consider the hardest out of the three. Oop. Character. There we go. Yeah, this is the thing that usually gets me killed. As other people panicking and stacking up on me.
And when one asked, what is the point? There were none left to answer. Father still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials or its joys.
Allow me. You cannot stop us!
What its people had gained from ease, they lost to apathy.
The thing that sucks about this place is... Never mind, I guess I forgot that they changed the thing to blue here because everything is yellow. At least for now.
Hold still.
I do remember that there are some things that are still yellow. Then again, that might be at a point where there's no longer...
Allow me.
I don't remember. I only ever do this one in roulette.
Allow me.
Let's see if we get... Nope, just more materia. Something to throw at the boss. I think this one... can inflict doom? I think.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts.
Hold still.
Footsteps were light, and its sleep was as painless as it was beautiful. Bathed in its golden glow, they all slept happy ever after.
Okay.
Hold still. Allow me.
I still don't know what the gong on its head is supposed to do. She was still just flapping there. And she ate all the light here. Great. Okay. We got one accessory. One.
That you still stand. Your determination defies all reason. The souls within me writhe and recoil in your presence. What must I do? What pain must I visit upon you to make you surrender to despair?
No one is unbreakable. What pains one may weather may bring another to tears. But therein lies our strength. For when we fall, our brothers and sisters are there to raise us up again and again without end.
I see. But no matter how much hope exists, ever will there be more despair. Ever will the living cast the present and announce the future. So shall we sing until life ceases to be.
I never did ask how many he made, did we?
Seven hells.
On your guard.
The rage. It rises. Rises.
Another flying head.
Stop! Calm yourself, please.
We die in pain. We die in suffering. Who are you to live? Who are you to hope?
Hold on, my friends.
Oriange, watch out!
And that's how we've lost both the healers.
Alphino!
We cannot comprehend. We cannot know. We cannot know.
Where's Alize?
Don't, please! Don't do this to them! To yourself!
Oh, there's
Just
Alize.
one good strike.
Stop! Please stop!
We will not suffer alone. All will know our pain.
No, you don't!
Up there, everybody goes.
All are washed in ice, a frozen waste, forever silent.
Push button. Goodbye.
You gifted them escape and rendered yourself powerless.
How so?
Bereft of the synergy you claim is your strength. Unless you need to call upon the dead once more. Defiant to the last, but you will be one with us ere long. You will be battered and torn and made to crawl. You will weep and wail and curse your impotence. Curse your life as it fades.
Edgar does not know if he is impotent or not.
As we did. As we died. Such pain and sorrow we felt. Such anguish and rage. We tried. We tried, but it was no use. Only when we surrendered did we find release. Only when we embraced death.
If you did, then why are you still here?
So join us in despair and embrace yours. My ultimatum. What is happening?
Sounds like somebody's hitting their head against a wall. Edgar's stalker friend is here.
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend. I sought something in you once, as you did in me.
Sounds like
When
Monster
at
Hunter music
last I
playing.
understood what it was, I journeyed to Sharlayan to seek you out. Struck a bargain with the woman who shares your gift.
It does kind of sound like we're about to fight like a Monster Hunter boss.
In exchange for lending the Scions my aid, I was given the means to come hither. Gorging upon what remained of the Mother Crystal, I reclaimed the form of the dragon. And, hungry still for our reunion, I rode the light of the stars to you. I take it this is your prey. But why does it still live? Surely it is no match for you. I assumed you would be above something so banal as despair. Am I mistaken? I care not. What I desire of you isn't succor. It is satisfaction. So come! Let us dispense with this distraction, you and I!
not silence our song of oblivion.
We shall call upon the super dead people. Okay. And profile. This is going to probably take a while since it is 1 in the morning. Yep. But then again, I guess we could just sit here and enjoy the music. As if we wait long enough, it'll pop. As for someone who has waited 10 hours in a queue before, I know it will pop eventually, even if I may wait another day or two just in a queue. You know, that one I did wait for 10 hours and never did pop. But as with all things, we dance. In the universe, we might as well dance. How's everybody's day been? Pretty much described how my day's been in the other videos, the previous videos, so. I guess we'll truly see if wait time will be 10 or 30 minutes. But yeah, out of all the Endwalker dungeons, it is the first dungeon, the last dungeon, and I'm trying to think of what the other dungeon was that I've gotten the pets for an Endwalker. Oh, Kaitos. That was the other one I got the minion from. Those were the 3 that I had a minion from. I think I have the card from all of them. I think. Oh, I doubt anyone is at this part, but if you liked following through Edgar's story so far, I guess for the entirety of it, I guess like and subscribe if you want. I ain't gonna force you. Let's see what other dances we got. The hum! I guess I can check on the recording while Edgar's dancing. Yeah, recording's working. And we're not even at 2 hours yet. We will be. We'll definitely be over 2 hours. I doubt we'll get to 3 hours though, but we'll definitely be up over 2. Because this trial will make us go over 2, and then all the stuff after the trial, I don't know how long it'll last. And I guess we only have one dance left, so. Okay, now I'm wondering. Let's see how she reacts to this. A gentlemanly pose. Yeah, I was hoping that we were going to be doing this a bit earlier, but of course I knew that if I was going to be recording this, somebody was going to interrupt me while I was for me to come down and eat. And I could have done it for tomorrow, but I don't know if I would have been able to tomorrow. Yeah, we made the 10-minute mark. Do you think one DPS who's only done this a few times in one tank could do it? Again, it's been months since the last time I've done this trial. I'm just gonna put my controller down and wait for it. I'll just let the recording run at this point. So we can all wait together one last time. So, if it does reach the 15-minute mark, I'll just pause it. Oh, there we go. Let's see how many times we die.
The deliverance you seek.
Ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Even Tsars must die. This is a kindness. All of us have known despair. We have seen the end. The same end. Again and again. A sorrow so deep only emptiness remains. Tis so lonely between the stars. We have seen the end. The same end. Again and again. no happiness in life. There is only one place it may be found.
Ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Even stars must die. We have seen end. The same end. Again and again. A sorrow so deep only emptiness remains. Tis so lonely between the stars. We have seen the end. The same ends. Again and again. If there is no happiness in life, there is only one place it may be found. oblivion. Dynamis. No matter. You only delay the inevitable. This is fate. Your time has come. It always does. What is this defiance? No. The hatred, the pain, the loss. We cannot suffer it again.
We will stand against fate.
No matter the cost.
We've been here before. Many a time.
Thus do we know.
To never give up. The hope will shine again.
What we saw. What I saw. It can only end in misery and desolation. If this was not the answer, then what is it? Where lies happiness?
I never know you had to have a limit like 3 for that. Probably because every time I've done it, somebody's done that. So this is new.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain.
I mean, you need to check to make sure the recording hasn't died.
We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends? Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer. You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Etheris. Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy. And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. Of a dream that from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more, nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope. One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile. I do not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day, do they not? I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero. Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you, to issue challenge, and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you. You value life. You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice. Wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer? Ha! Acceptance! At long last! The conflagration of our clash will scorch even the stars!
Okay. I am not going to be surprised if we die. I will actually be surprised if you even hear this. If copyright doesn't take my words away. Copyright most likely is going to claim all this music. So we have 6 lives.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent. Yes! Yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet! A test of your reflexes! I have you! Of your reflexes. Show me your vaunted fortitude. Of your reflexes. I have you.
I don't know why, but he feels a bit slower.
For the taking! A test of your reflexes! Of your reflexes.
For reference, this is my second time fighting him. Ever fighting him.
Not yet. Not until the last of me is spent. Now fall. This is my moment! Our moment!
Motherfucker, unarmed Edgar has the advantage! This is... KO! Edgar wins this last dance. Wait, that seems a lot easier than when I fought him the first time. I don't know if I'm better or it's because he's slower. It feels like he's slower. Alright, where's Edgar's scythe? Never once mentioned that we were both Reapers.
That I should lose again. How disappointing.
His arm's still...
Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions.
Oh, Void Senti.
Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. Gone too soon.
If only Jaeger still has Commissar, so he could probably shoot him.
What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure.
Man, this is the first time we've seen Edgar's eyelashes.
Was this life a gift or a burden?
Shut up, you're dead. Wait a minute, he does have the artificial echo.
Do you find fulfillment?
Is he just going to get back up again? Then I guess he could just burn out and cross the... Oh no, he's still alive. Now are you dead? I'm still curious about his echo thingy. Shouldn't that just release him from his body so he just get back in? Or find somebody else's body? His tail's going through the floor. Well, Edgar's button is back. I guess the button also has a safety or something on it. Well, I guess he flatlined. I wonder if you played as a samurai, if you would acknowledge it in the, when you first fight him. Or another time.
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. When you're. Please.
No, my wallet will remain closed.
Come on, Anne. Please.
You can't leave us. Not like this. If you do, I'll never forgive you. So come on. Open your eyes and get up.
Let Edgar sleep. Ooh, credits.
Are you with us? Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought... After what you've done, you're the last person.
Well, he needs to make sure he's going to get paid.
To be asking that.
You're all dead. Who's going to pay him?
You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Well, don't you see that he's here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain? That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening? There's nothing gladdening about this. When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came. And when you finally deigned to appear, you're within an ilm of your life.
Where's Edgar's scythe?
Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
More importantly, is Foos on the ship?
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once.
Were they giving him elixirs of intelligence, dexterity,
I
and
hope
vitality?
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside. We're home, my friend. We're home.
Have you been standing out here this entire time?
Was that? It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens.
Truly.
They've done it!
Welcome home.
Yes!
Ah.
Welcome home, everyone!
Did he ever teach him how to land this? Because I don't know if Sleeping Ray knows how to land things, considering he was taught to pilot a moon. You generally don't land those, you crash them. If anything, with my experiences with attack moons. It just turns out prematurely and we just fall directly downwards.
Welcome home!
Edgar wants his money for the Aetheryte rebate, or whatever that was. reimbursed. That was it. We get a portion of our money back. Up, credits. Yep, credits. Well, this has been quite a bit of a journey for Edgar. This took over a year to do. A year and I want to say 4 or 5 months. Yeah, we're finally done. We're finally here. This will be the end for us with our time with Edgar. But not the end for Final Fantasy XIV. When new expansions comes out and the point thingies come out, I will be making videos for that with my own character. But for Edgar, this is the end with our time with him. What he will do in the future, it's up to him. His passions are dancing, and he wants to join the syndicate to bring capitalism to space. Much now that he knows space is quite barren of life, there is little point to bring capitalism to space, but still the Loporrits are in space, therefore Loporrits will be assigned to capitalism. Then again, if those people at Ultima Thule are still around, he can also introduce them to capitalism. Yeah. Also, at least we got one Reaper to take down one member of the royal family twice. But yeah, I had actually quite a bit of fun. I didn't get to do a lot of the other stuff I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to do the raid for Heaven's Word. Then I wanted to do the raid for Stormblood. But as with queues and stuff, I decided against it. I wanted to see what having done Heaven's Ward's raid would have done for future stuff. And for the Stormblood one, I do know what happens if you've done it already for that. As, like I said, I mentioned Jesse Cox a lot. That is because I saw his... after I got done with Final Fantasy XIV, I saw his stuff. So I got to see all the differences. That is when you have all the class, like all the jobs maxed out and stuff. And like I said at the very beginning, this was originally inspired by Krendor with his leveling, his WoW series. The one where he was leveling, what was it? I don't remember what the name of the troll was. But yeah, him leveling through that. That was what inspired this originally, and it kind of just turned into, well, what it is now. Our adventures with Edgar. Which, yeah. I'm still working on leveling up on my own. As I've stated, I'm on Ninja currently, but I haven't been playing on my own since I've been recording this for 3 days, now 4 days, without really taking a break to play other games. Which for me is kind of unmanageable because I basically play games almost constantly. I cannot sit still for the life of me. I need to be doing at least one or two. I need to at least be doing a thing or two at all times, or I will slowly start falling asleep. Or as I am right now, I am currently making one of my fingers go back and forth in my hand. I'm holding my pinky and I'm making it go back and forth. From side to side and up to down. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this series. Sadly, I didn't experience anything new except for the job quests. I guess I did experience some few new things. As, for example, when I played this originally, a lot of the stuff that I went through got changed. Like, Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, when I played it originally, didn't have AI in it. Like, you didn't have the option to play with AI when I first beat it. As well as little other details that I saw that was changed with our choices and things that I have seen. But yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what else was there I wanted to say. But yeah, this was an undertaking. I'm guessing this is probably like 360 something, if not 370. But yeah, I know I was taking a bit of a risk making this series because, like I said, originally I was going to do it like how Krandor did it, where he would play, like he would upload this once in a while and he would do other stuff, his non-content stuff. But it kind of grew into something more, and I just couldn't really prize my way away from it unless, except for, when I was getting really, like, tiresome at points. Like, I really needed that, break when, I think it was during Stormblood, when, Baldur's Gate 3 came out. And I really needed that break so I could play Baldur's Gate 3. And originally, I did take breaks in between parts. But when it came to Shadowbringers and Endwalker, those ones I always have a bit of fun with. A bit more than the other expansions. I like them a lot more. I should say they're more enjoyable to play in a row, rather than what I did was taking breaks. At least for recording. Considering that I beat the entirety of the game with all the expansions at the time when I first started playing this game, which is in the same month as I started recording. Back in, was it 2022? But yeah, here's the thing, during COVID, I was playing different games at the time. I played WoW. And while I was talking to my friends while I was playing it, one of them recommended Final Fantasy XIV. So I got it, played it for a day, and then came back to it about a year later. Might have been less than a year, but yeah, I went back to it. Basically, I played for a day back when Shadowbringers just came out. Well, not just came out, it was pretty much late. It was about a few months before Endwalker came out, actually. So I got to play as the old Arcanist before they, you know, changed how Carbuncle was. Where it no longer attacked and you couldn't, like, heal it or anything. Which is a bit of a bummer, but yeah. My canonicity for that is when when Elibidus was summoning the Warriors of Light from different worlds or / different times, I guess. That's a lot of Warriors of Light. I cannot, in good conscience, think that is from all of the worlds. Considering how many he summoned. My headcanon is that he summoned our carbuncles, like the carbuncles of light, and that's the reason why our carbuncles don't attack anymore, because basically a part of them is in the first somewhere, and that kind of makes them like how they are. If you want to know why that is, like, my headcanon thing is, there's more Hildebrand content that was introduced at post Endwalker, which, like I said, I'm not going to be doing that with Edgar, because honestly, I did not enjoy post Endwalker as much as I enjoyed Endwalker itself. I can't rightly say why, but yeah. Yeah. But let's see what else is there. But yeah, the Manderville quest lying with, as you saw, with Hildebrand being summoned when we were in that dungeon, back in Shadowbringers, it was what, the second to last, it was rather the last dungeon or the second to last dungeon, when, we went to, what was it? It was the one where we were summoning the Warriors of Light, Elibird, or whatever his name was, Elidibus. But yeah, I never was an MMO type person growing up. The only MMO I ever played growing up was Toontown. I played Pirates Online, or the Pirates of the Caribbean Online, or whatever it was called back then. The one where you could shoot poison bullets at plants and had your own ship. And the reason I remember that is because I remember I would farm those plants so I could make more poison bullets. And I played WoW a little bit back during Burning Crusade. That was when I first played WoW, because my brother had a free membership of it. And, well, not free membership, he had one of those cards. He got those, so he had it for free for a while. And back then, I played as a dwarf hunter. But when I played WoW a few years ago, during COVID, I played as the troll druid. Then I went and started a undead. This was, I think, after the crunch, or was it before the crunch when I made the undead Death Knight? Because here's the thing, I like playing as Death Knight, but being a Death Knight, which is like an undead, like, supposed to be an undead being, but yet you still don't have like all the perks of being undead. It's like, I might as well just be an undead Death Knight because it makes the most sense to me. Even though my favorite has to be the Zandalari Troll Druid in that game. But yeah, I played it for about a few months. I played Shadowlands, because that's when I joined, was just before, joined back in, was just like a month or so before Shadowlands came out. So I played that. I played Shadowlands, but I just can't get into WoW. Like, I guess it's because I like the story of WoW. I don't like playing the dungeons and raids and stuff, like, the typical MMO stuff. I've never been a fan of that stuff. Why, as you can see, I'm playing an RPG MMO, not an MMO RPG. Because this game is more an RPG first and MMO second. Which is, I think, the reason why I like it so much. I like RPGs, I don't care for MMOs. My eldest brother is more of the MMO person. I am more of, I guess I have a wide variety of games, but I always hover towards RPGs. It's probably because of progression, like levels and stuff. It's that and roguelikes. Those are the two games I hover the most to. When I was younger, when I was real younger, at the age of 6, I played the first Halo. And I've always been hovered towards the Halo series up until Halo 4. Halo 4 kind of weakened my love for it, and then Halo 5 just killed it entirely. Halo Infinite, I do like some of it, but it didn't rekindle my love for the series. And when I used to love the series, I used to like read the books and stuff. I still have like a book or two that I have, which I haven't read, but like I said, Halo 4 and 5 kind of killed my love for it. Spartan Ops, though, I actually really liked in 4. I wish that would have been the main thing, where you played as other Spartans other than Master Chief. Like, I don't know, maybe they could have been, like, you could have found Master Chief, like, at the end or something. But yeah, I would have liked if that was, like, the main thing that you did was play as other guys in Halo 4, rather than bringing Master Chief back. It probably would have made Halo 5 a bit different, maybe better. I don't know. I only played Halo 5 once, unlike how I usually play most Halo games multiple times. Again, I also played Halo Infinite once, but that was out of a difference between how that game plays than the other original, like the original trilogy. But yeah, I got off topic quite a bit talking about what type of person I play. But yeah, this was a game series. This is actually the second Final Fantasy I have ever beaten. The very first Final Fantasy I have ever beaten was 15. Final Fantasies that I have played have been 9, 10, 13, 13-2, 14, and 15, and only 15 and 14 I have finished. I only got to Disc 1 and Disc 1 and 13. I don't think I even got that far in Disc 2. I got to the final boss in Disc 1, I should say, on 13. I don't know how far I got with and 9. I got to Fiora, if that tells you how far I got. For 10, I'm playing it with a friend, but we haven't been able to hang out that often. We started it before COVID, and we still haven't met up and done, like, the game, essentially. Because other games kept gaining our radar, and we wanted to play those. But yeah. Oh! I also have played Final Fantasy Tactics and Mystery Dungeon Chocobo, the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon Everybody's Here game. I still have yet to finish that one. I'm really close to the end, though. Let's take a look at Edgar. Originally, I was going to have Edgar be a machinist, but since machinist started level 30, I had to scrap that idea, and Red Mage was readily available. And thus, he became a dancer when I got Dancer unlocked. And the only reason why he even became a Reaper was out of necessity for the Hildebrand quest. Otherwise, he would have stayed as a dancer. So it was a very fun and interesting playthrough of 14, which I will very much think about other stuff. Like, if Final Fantasy X was released here in the West, I might have played it. Would have been the MMO I would have played instead of Final Fantasy, because I grew up with Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest X. I mean, not Dragon Quest X. I grew up with Dragon Quest, and I would have played Dragon Quest X for the MMO if it was released here.
Dearest mother. Dearest father.
Full!
This letter will be the very last that I write to you from the Rising Stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion.
If only we had duct tape, it might have gone better.
From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days.
I forget, what's the only reason why they recruited
At the
Edgar?
farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives.
Was that the only reason why they recruited Edgar, was because he had the Echo? I don't remember.
Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again.
Next one just shows somebody dragging their leg as they're bleeding out.
However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness.
I still wonder how Thancred got his eye fixed.
By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark.
Sorry if you're hearing me messing with the chair arm.
Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
I mean, you already brought the Seventh Dawn, so...
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
Now we need a
My
Scion.
apologies. I'll be right there.
Now we need the Scions of the Eighth Dusk.
At least, that is what the story will be.
No upbeats for Tataru as long as she has a knife.
Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations.
Plus, this place can be another setup for her boutique.
To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
Speak with thy comrades. Edgar, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting to be not forevermore, 'tis nevertheless occasion for sorrow akin to a pixie's path. The navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For this part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Their befrit of its purpose as a vessel, the moon has yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Theris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the form, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere they may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the others, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cade of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star, and 'tis Vanat's own nature, I believe, which doth manifested in their irresistible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed the which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, and their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Dost thou think so? The Leopards are certainly possessed of a unique outlook, and it hath been my pleasure to act as their facilitator upon this star. Mayhap I might yet serve as a bridge betwixt them and our fellow man, as Moonbrita once did for me. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the scions of the 7th dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oftentimes hath mine recith caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I stand. Not amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus, indeed, I do pre-offer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs found cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. If I had any editing ability in me, I would have, here what I would have done. I would have edited the highlights of Edgar's journey while having the credits roll over them. If I had any ability of editing. As for now, I don't even know how to even begin editing. I used to have an editing software, but that got lost to time. I think mainly because every time I even tried, my files kept being incompatible with it. Edgar, seeing to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we've received no reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one which was an area in the northern empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlian too may have come under threat. That is interesting that it happened in the northern empty. Did anything even manifest there? Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capacity of each nation to handle on their own. The scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals no more than this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. There were among the worst afflicted and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging or no effect. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you, think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph, and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. Still has the button, just pushes it again. Teleports them all back to the ship. And should you hear me about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere trying my best, my very best. You asked for it, and so you had better watch out. Oh, yes. The next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Royal! Feels a little strange, no, me link pearls gone quiet, since my unique skiller no longer need for the safety of the star and all that. I'm going to become an adventurer like you, traveling far and wide. I imagine I'll start by heading to Merdicia or the New World. Just need to find myself a ship first. Wait a minute. Where's Arenvald? Filled. Just because he's in a wheelchair doesn't mean he can't be here. Also, I don't think we saw him in the credit sequence at all. Oh, Edgar, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alexander are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsbark contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief efforts, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved into action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces, and though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater power involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. And going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them to begin anew. Write you letters? Of course I would be glad to do so. But I would be gladder still were you to come and visit, and I believe I speak for Alize as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorza, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings none could possibly keep count? The world is changing, and will continue to do so, yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Edgar, from the bottom of my heart. Oh, Edgar, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? Yes! I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our course, so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. Not really! What, Edgar only, lost 2 out of the 6 lives he had? And those were both, and both of them were cutscenes. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the form without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the pursuits of Baldessian. Though our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threat arises in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the Sanch of help, Sanchist of help in Raha and Ojikai, and other remaining members. Together we will continue Grandfather's work. As before, commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. At such times, might you be willing to help us? Not because you feel obligated, mind you, but because you feel alert for the task itself. Marvelous, should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Okay, next will be... Huh, that great. Oh, our champion and savior, I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, says hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteon defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. No, if he had faltered at the last, then he just wouldn't be here. Because he would have been taking Xenos down with him. Now Ryan has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not to describe my tribal plans with Oriange as aimless wandering. We're a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go unintended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you can tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Edgar, I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? That's one way of putting it. In many ways, the experience has left us far stronger than when we began. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask, and I'll come running, and and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. I don't remember if they explained that he's speaking the the Eorzean version of speech, or whatever. The salvation Minfilia dream for Eorzea came closer to reality with every step the Scions take. Yes, the world may still be in the throes of change, but it is improving. I see it happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new road you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. Should you need a rest in between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake. Are we going to have a battle of ellipses? If you have something to say, then out with it. You talk as if the Scion's disillusion was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our dismemberment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Infernum district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hanish envoy arrived and word from Vitra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like it's not. And Thafnir, like everywhere else, the phenomenon caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteion. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sarlian, most are already returning home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sarlian if they wish to work and study. Vitra was also the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago I would have assumed his benevolence had ulterior motives, but it's clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vitra's kin sought release from conflict, so weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midsamgard didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Aetheris with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there were something I've been meaning to ask you. Something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final day subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Aetheris and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, and their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be dismantling them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but even have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intended the reader. An event is described as sad. A summation which fails to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures a pale shadow of reality. Then invent better words. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are a result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin, which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet, even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do, of course, realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you on the matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for prosperity? Very well, then I shall endeavor to plan what I can of the Aya and the ancients and of so many other wonders. But I'm no scribe. It will be less a published work and more a reordering of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into an unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. I still remember the day we sparred together as though it was yesterday, to think how far we have all come since then. Even now, I have not abandoned my dream of besting you in single combat. Of a friendly nature, of course, though I clearly do not hold a candle to the warrior light at present. I shall continue to train diligently that one day you might consider me an equal. Far too much blood has been spilled and far too many lives lost. Still, I am glad I was able to do something to repay those who shown me a path to the future. Not that our job is over, of course, far from it. There is much that remains to be done before true and lasting peace can be achieved. To that end, Hori and I mean to set off for Corvos. We expect that the tension between the Garleans and Corvossi will only flare more when the with the Empire's fall. Oh, Edgar, might you have a moment to talk? With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldessian. Not only am I indebted to Master Golf for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never became a caretaker of the tower, never became a scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorstep, mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. Whenever you have the time and incline, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Do you recall in the realm of the Omicrons when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? Well, 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would bring me greater joy than stand with you in the here and now. Edgar's eye. It needn't be some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whatever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you. I hope that you will do the same for me. As long as you don't overexert yourself. I know. I can all but hear Lena and Becklug's voice each time you remind me. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicrons somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it is implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler, waiting commands to that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with the partner find a new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever you plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Excuse me. Well, it's time for this tale to come to an end. Well, our time with Edgar to come to an end. Edgar will always have his stories going on. Just not intersecting with ours. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journey till next we meet. Be well. Got Orgos, we got Herois, and then we got some rolls.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlia before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loperids. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Radzat Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Quite right.
Indeed. Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
I have been Gary Sanfrissimo. This is the end of our time with Edgar's story. But that is not the end of my adventure, which I will see you in the next adventure. Until then.